Well, that dramatic intro music and really unnecessarily dramatic intro music must mean we're coming live at you from a Disney theme park somewhere across the globe. And today we're at Disneyland with Mike Celestino. This is Tony and LPHQ East. But Mike, you're at Downtown Disney. What's going on?
Yeah, so on Wednesday we started at Disneyland. Yesterday we started at Disney California Adventure. So I thought today, why not start with the Christmas tree at Downtown Disney District? It's the
Like,
opening day of the holiday season.
I'm laughing because, as you just said, this is the third consecutive day we've done a live stream from the Disneyland Resort. Not that there's a problem with that. We should be doing them every day, in my opinion. Not necessarily from Disneyland Resort, but somewhere in the park pantheon, right?
Uh-huh.
But what's been going on the last few days?
So we had the big Tiana's Bayou Adventure media event and grand opening party. Then yesterday there was a preview of Festival of Holidays at Disney California Adventure. And now the media event's over, and I'm just here as a regular guest, doing irregular things, like taking
Okay,
lots and lots of photos and videos of things.
I want to say that's irregular at Disneyland, but
Well,
uh, I said spin around. Don't we have something new coming over here behind you?
yeah, you can hear the dulcet tones of the construction equipment as we get closer and closer to this part of the Downtown Disney District reopening. It's looking nice. I like
Now,
this kind of stained glass look over here.
that's very similar to the Pixar Place Hotel, in my opinion. But
Yeah, which you can see from right here. So maybe that's the
so maybe
idea.
that's why. I don't know. Who knows, right? Now, this is going to be the new. I'm calling it the Disneyland Packing District, but what's it actually called? Parkside
It's called
Market.
the Parkside Market, which will include a number of different eateries.
I believe there are uh, uh, four eateries, including the recently renamed, or not renamed. They announced the name of the upper level bar and lounge that'll be there. Do you know what it's called?
So we've got Soul Sister Gigi's Chicken Shop, um, the Parkside Market Bar. Is that what it's still
it's
called?
it's called the Vista Parkside Market, but it
I did
might as well.
not know that.
Yeah, that was news a couple days ago.
Okay. And then Sippin' Sonder.
I like that logo. It's a good logo. People will think it's a vinyl record, but I think it's supposed to be like if you drop into a cup and it makes the little ripples.
Oh, I thought it was a vinyl record also. And
That's
then
my
here,
guess. I don't know.
so I was told by a Disney representative that this right here is where Avengers Reserve is going.
Okay. A lot of us had it pegged for the old ESPN zone.
Yeah, nothing. They weren't ready to announce anything for the ESPN zone because I asked them directly.
Oh, okay.
But this, even if
That
you look at the concept art for the Avengers Reserve
yeah.
store, you can see this above the
And then
entranceway
it
there.
looks like using some fun tape right there. Brackets are being installed possibly for a marquee.
Yeah, looks like the sign will be going in soon. I think
Now,
that opens what the first week of December.
December 6th, I believe was the day.
Yeah,
Because that the
great.
only one that didn't have a date was the Wonderful World of Sweets in terms of new stores,
Hmm.
and that said this winter. So now pan back to your left because this is interesting because Avengers Surplus, is that what it was called?
Avengers Reserve.
Avengers Reserve is okay. So that's not the security area. I thought that was the security area, but it's still relatively close. So once you come in security,
Security's here.
it's going to be pretty much right on your right.
Security, restrooms, Din Tai Fung, stage, rolling hills.
Do they still do the Little Mermaid aerial bubble? I'm using quotes with my fingers. Show.
I don't know to what you were referring.
They had a Little Mermaid, the Disney Junior Little Mermaid. It was basically a DJ and a bubble machine, and they called it a show.
Okay. No, I'm not familiar with that.
We are
Nor do they have the Olaf skating rink here anymore.
so that's interesting that you say that. And I'll bring that in a second. Tiffany, you are absolutely welcome. Like, subscribe, ring that bell, get notified whenever we go live like this. And then Nikki B points out the last time she was there, they had a skating rink around that area.
Yeah, I remember that fondly.
And now, did that Amazon guy just come out of Din Tai Fung?
Don't know where he was coming from or going to.
It looked like he came out of the Din Tai Fung, and I'll tell you, I would delay somebody's packages for those dumplings because they were delicious. I definitely hear
Cookies
some,
has a
music.
food truck right now.
Now, what cookies?
Kathy's Cookies is the food truck over here.
Okay, I was gonna make a Ziggy joke in there too, but I've decided to skip that.
Okay.
The cookies so good they
further?
make you go ack. Yeah, let's go closer to the parks and such. The Christmas tree we opened on the left there.
Here's the entertainment schedule for Downtown Disney in the month of November.
Nikki asks a question: what's in the ESPN building now?
Nothing
Something,
that I am aware of.
But we don't know anything about it. Yeah.
And then holidays begin here. Downtown Disney District eats.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did I see something about Star Wars Trading Post getting replaced, or is that my imagination?
I had not heard that.
Okay. There was so much downtown
Disney
Disney news. Yeah, if there was so much downtown Disney news, and they said this is what's going where, that's probably just a figment of my imagination. That's not news. My apologies. I just thought that there was something. I know Tortilla Joe's is going to become the site of 2 new restaurants also.
Yes, and one is a barbecue restaurant.
Yes.
I hope that they have some gluten-free options there because I enjoy the barbecue foods.
Both are from a Michelin star chef out of New York, whose name skips my mind.
Okay. Let's get away from the grinding noise.
For those who haven't been to downtown Disney in quite some time, all of that stuff that Mike just showed you is pretty much on the footprint of what used to be the AMC Theater.
Yes. And here's some concept art of what this area will look like theoretically when it's all done.
I want to know what that other if you go back to the other piece of art on the right there.
Uh-huh.
What's that building to the far right?
Right. Yeah, we don't know what this is.
Okay.
I don't think that has even started going vertical yet.
Yeah. As far as I know, that's still like a road.
Is that Earl of Sandwich? I don't know.
Oh, that might be because there is a two-floor Earl of Sandwich coming soon.
Yeah. A look to the future.
I almost said it too.
Welcome to the world of tomorrow.
Kyle and I did a live stream for our members only. If you would like to be a member of laughingplace.com, be sure to check that out. But we did where we're just, it's a Tony rant show, but it becomes things that frustrate Tony and Kyle. And we were talking about something. I ranted about something that made me a little happy, and that's the news that Conan O'Brien is the Oscars host.
Yes, me too.
And Kyle said, "So, are you expecting a lot of Music Man references?" Because he famously wrote the monorail episode of The Simpsons, which is why I bring that up, because we just walked under the monorail.
Right.
And I know you're a big fan of Conan as well.
I am. I'm very, very happy to see that news. I enjoyed Jimmy Kimmel, but I'm a much bigger fan of Conan's.
I agree. Heather says, hello to you, Heather. Thanks for joining us. And Vero, hi to you as well. Uh, Kyle also asked me what my favorite character of Conan's was, and I immediately thought of one that I could not mention, and I will not mention now. But you probably know exactly who I'm thinking of.
Yes,
Yep.
an Earth sign character, I believe.
Yes.
Um,
He said
I was
his
gonna
was
say
the cactus doing "We Didn't Start the Fire" on the pan flute.
for the holiday season, mine is Minty, the candy cane who recently fell on the ground, or briefly fell on the ground.
I said I don't know if it actually counts, but Jordan Schlansky is probably my
Yeah,
favorite Conan character.
that's yeah, pretty. I've been told or I've heard that he's not actually putting on an act, so
Yes, I've heard that as well.
that he's actually that way.
Now, normally there's characters, speaking of characters, in this little pit, but now we just have a generic nutcracker.
Yes, and some nice Christmas trees.
I actually was going to ask you this, but I'll put you on the spot live. So, do you listen to Conan's podcast?
Depending on the guest, I will tune in. I haven't
Did
listened to all of them, but I have quite a few episodes. Yes,
Did you hear his Tom Hanks one recently?
I don't think I have yet, but that
Okay,
sounds like something I would enjoy.
there was a part in it that I was like, Mike, oh my god, because it made me laugh so hard, and I figured you would relate to it in some way. Tom Hanks is talking about how like they're
Collecting
addressing
typewriters.
his his lulls and high points in his career, and Conan shoots him down and says, I don't think you've had any lulls in your career. And then he goes, and then it's something that it's reminded to me where he would like interact with somebody on the street, and he goes, oh, hello, Mr. Hanks, I'd like to say I just found a movie of yours from the early 90s, and it was about blah blah blah. And then Tom Hanks would spit out exactly which one it was. Oh, that was in 1993, and I was director of whatever movie did this one, and etc., and just go into complete detail about it. And then the other person, I also like Toy Story very much. And it just made me crack up because I feel like that's a conversation you and I have had before. Like, oh, here's all these spewing out all these facts about this movie. Yeah, but we like Toy Story.
Yeah, my favorite Tom Hanks period is the late 80s to maybe early 90s when he did
Okay.
like Joe versus the Volcano and The Burbs.
I love The Burbs. Probably my
Yeah,
favorite underrated Hanks movie.
great movie. Love it.
Here we are. Behind you is the former Tortilla Joe's, right?
Yes, so this is becoming that barbecue restaurant, not Splitsville over there, but
No, but it's
is
funny because it looks a lot like Splitsville. So when I first saw the art for it, I thought, okay,
uh-huh.
it's Splitsville going away, but it is not.
I had
Splitsville
my
is here to
wedding
stay right
rehearsal
now.
dinner. I've mentioned this before on the stream. We had our wedding rehearsal dinner on that balcony right there.
Very nice.
And I've eaten at the outdoor bar for Tortilla Joe's many a time. I miss it. I miss the nachos, the grilled chicken nachos. But hopefully, whatever is coming, I will enjoy as well.
I don't think I've eaten at Tortilla Joe since 2003. So when everyone's like, "Oh no, Tortilla Joe's is closing," okay, sorry. Onward and upward. For more information about these restaurants, be sure to check the link that just appeared in the comments.
More nutcrackers, more Christmas trees, candy canes, gifts,
Dresses, home.
rainbows on whiskers, and kittens on pinwheels. What is it?
I think that's spot on.
I like my days off.
I do too. I also like my days off. A plethora of Downtown Disney news came out just a few days ago. And I'm trying to find it, but another big chunk of the news was we got a long-awaited update on Portos.
Yeah.
There is still no opening date, and the reason I bring it up is because as you walk by, as we go through at this area now, at the same time they announced Portos, they announced Din Tai Fung, they announced Centrico, and they announced Paseo. all three of which have since opened at Downtown Disney. And we still haven't even seen really any actual work being done on where Portos is supposed to go.
I know, and I think there was a rumor for a little while that it had been canceled. The project had been canceled.
Yes, and then they came out and basically said, no, 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 it's still happening. I honestly think when La Brea Bakery closed unexpectedly, that kind of threw a wrench into Portos because I think they decided maybe they want that spot, which is what is likely going to be there.
Yeah.
Especially if you look at the art, which I'm trying to find, but I can't find at the moment on our site. But yeah, if you look at it, it looks like it was very rapidly done, and it has kind of generic looking Grand Californian hotel behind it.
And this is where the sweets shop you mentioned earlier will be, the former home of Marceline's Confectionery, which I just noticed it's been replaced by its own little kiosk here. I got to get a picture of that later.
Still the holidays. Got to get those treats to go home.
This is hilarious because this was always my favorite Hidden Mickey at Downtown Disney, but they replicated the sign except for Mickey's left ear. But yeah, if you're missing Marceline's, you can come and get some cake pops and caramel apples.
Others lament the loss of Marceline's because it was the last, if not the last, one of the last opening day Downtown Disney places.
Yeah. Disney Dress Shop is relocated as well. We've already passed it.
Wonderground
Gallery
is over here. I was
over
just going to
here.
ask. Yeah, because that thing bounces around probably as much as Earl of Sandwich does.
Yeah. It's like whatever is vacant will become the home of the Wonderground Gallery.
Because even for a while, it was in the ESPN zone also.
Yes.
I'm very confused. Okay, here's...
About?
I can't find... I'm trying to find the stuff. Here is everything about the retail stores coming. Let me double check that opening date for what we talked about. The D-Lander Shop and Avengers Reserve being the next ones. And that is December 6th. So I was right when I said that. That article is in our comments as well. Yeah, and I don't know what happened to our Portos stuff. So. This is some fun downtown Disney music.
Yeah. It's a Country Bear holiday jamboree.
You know what's very interesting to me? Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
What?
So I've been finding myself lately, and I have a problem with my brain. Anytime I'm in Florida looking at Disney Springs and in Disney Springs or talking about Disney Springs, my brain wants to say downtown Disney. And now whenever I'm watching you in Anaheim or talking about Anaheim or in Anaheim, I keep saying Disney Springs, even though it's downtown Disney. So I don't know where that flip happened in my brain, but
right.
I used to be a stickler about it. I still am a stickler about it, but for whatever reason, my brain is not doing it on its own.
I like these signs that
I
tell
also
us
hear
that
Christmas parade music.
Yeah. These signs that tell us that new plants will be installed soon. Okay, I'll take your word for it.
There it is. And I found it. For more information about the Portos, be sure to check the link that just dropped in the comments. Now, is that the slowest and longest moving parade ever?
I don't know.
I know at Walt Disney World,
Oh, I like
Mickey's
this.
Once
This is
Upon a
cute.
Oh, that is fun. That's also on a lot of the Christmas merchandise, I've noticed.
Okay.
Yeah, there's we saw at least here in Florida, and it's generic enough that it's probably Disneyland also. It
Yeah.
has like Mickey and Minnie on it and the teacups and a carousel horse maybe and a couple other little things, and it rotates on a platform, and the platform says it also, and it plays music.
Nice. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I forgot what I was saying. That's okay.
Okay. By the way, if you have toys you want to give to Tots, Toys for Tots, there's a toy drive happening here. Unwrapped, give your unwrapped toys to Tots.
So Lin-Manuel will not be donating a toy.
Mm-hmm.
He's only known for rapping.
All right. Okay. He cannot leave anything unwrapped.
Correct. He made an appearance at the Oscars and had to rap during that. So it's the second time Oscars have come up today. Let's go for a three-peat later on.
We have Oscar fever already here at Laughing Place.
I mean,
Don't
it
even
is
know
award season.
what
isn't it?
movies
So,
are in the running. I'm rooting for
Not yet.
Nosferatu.
The new one, right? Not the
Yeah, yes. Not
Not
the
the old one?
F.W. Murnau original, which I don't believe is eligible this year.
I'm sure it was screened somewhere, but it doesn't qualify. It probably was a joint screening too. Let's be real. You know, someplace like an Alamo Draft House or an Independent Place
Oh yeah,
said
back to back,
back to
double
back,
header.
and they might have even thrown the Malkovich version in the middle too. What's that
Right.
one called?
Shadow of the Vampire.
Thank you. Yes.
Sorry, I laughed at myself for knowing that.
Justin J. Smith pipes into or the Werner Herzog one. I don't know that one.
I like that Justin's here. By the way, Justin just released his new episode of his podcast, Downtown Disney. Downtown Toontown podcast. We're in Downtown Disney. The podcast is called Downtown Toontown. It's all about Roger Rabbit and things associated with Roger Rabbit.
What?
But he
I
had
gotta
me
check
on.
that out.
He had me on as a guest to talk about seeing Judge Doom finally at Mickey's Oogie Boogie Bash.
Oogie Boogie Bash, yeah.
Thank you. And we talked about other Halloween goings on at all the Southern California theme parks. So it was a fun episode.
Very nice. I also saw Judge Doom this year, and I had to approach him pretty much by myself because my wife is afraid of him. So, I mean, I don't blame her, but
so here's you were talking about Portos, and this is the former French. What was it called?
It wasn't French. It was La Brea Bakery.
La Brea. Sorry.
Those
when
French
you listen
tar
to that podcast episode,
in the middle
you will
of
also
Los
hear
Angeles.
me not remember what the names of things are. La Brea Bakery, not the French Market. French Market became Tiana's Palace.
See, I thought you were French because of La in front of it.
Yeah, there you go. This is currently Earl of Sandwich, but Earl of Sandwich is getting a different permanent location somewhere in downtown Disney. I directly asked them where it was going at the media event. They would not tell me, but somewhere in downtown Disney. And for now, it's right here. And we know for a fact that this is going to be Portos?
All signs point to it, but they have not officially said that's where it's going to be.
Okay. There you go. That's all we know at the moment. And then we get to the...
And by all signs, I mean figurative signs. There are no signs at Downtown Disney installed that say Portos is coming.
Right.
But figurative signs point
when
to
we
that's
say
where it's
signs,
going.
we mean M. Night Shyamalan's signs. because somewhere in a crop circle it says where Portos is going and when.
And because we're sure that Portos will have lots of glasses of water just laying around.
Yes. Swing away.
Swing away. Oh, well, happy early birthday, Bloom. Bloom says that they're just now tuning in. Welcome. Your birthday's coming up on Sunday after Saturday, so it's technically a day away. I don't think that's how Annie wrote the song, but I'll go with it.
There's a Batman villain called Bloom, and he's like a weird plant monster.
Now, Tiana's opening is today. It's the big day. But what else is going
I
on
like
today?
that went uncommented on.
Yep, sorry. I got nothing for Batman villains
That's
at
fine.
the moment.
Yeah, it's the start of the holiday season, so everything that comes with that, including a new Deadpool show, which got announced this morning. It was a surprise. I mean, new with quotes around it because it's pretty much the same show they were doing, but with a holiday twist on it.
Nice. Nikki
So you
points
got
out
the
that was a hashtag fun fact by Mike, by the way.
yeah. So the Christmas Fantasy Parade is back. The World of Color Season of Light show is back. There's 2 new shows at California Adventure. One
Which
is
alternate or something?
no, one's kind of in the afternoon and one's in the evening. So I want to say they're only Monday through Friday, which is weird to me.
And then there's something else on Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday is going to be Viva Navidad, which we're familiar with from years past. But during the week, you can see Mirabelle's. Oh, man, I'm not going to remember the name of it. I got so close.
We'll just say the Miguel show and the Mirabelle show.
Yeah, there's a Mirabelle show from Encanto, and Miguel has a Christmas show as well, holiday show, with a mariachi band. And Miguel is from Coco. So if you like those movies, which I do, you'll enjoy those shows. And we've got video of them already on the Laughing Place YouTube channel.
Bloom points out Bloom is my brand, and their Jedi alter ego as well.
Nice.
And they're all about spreading kindness. We love that.
Bloom is also Bill Murray's last name in Wes Anderson's movie Rushmore.
It's also the last name of somebody who wrote Super Fudge, but it's spelled differently.
Judy Bloom, yeah.
So where are we going?
I don't know. It's up to you.
It's up to me. So if it were evening, I would say California Adventure because I'm all about what's happening at California Adventure this evening. Shocker, for those who know me. For those who don't, I am absolutely obsessed with World of Color. Season of Lights, I think, it's the only show I haven't seen in person.
And it's my favorite one.
And it's your favorite one. I've seen video of it, and even just through video, it's in like there's about 18 different incarnations of that show, whether it be pre-show or whatever. It's in my top 5 for that. But I'm also curious to see what the Moana 2 show holds. Pre-show. Moana 2 pre-show.
I got a virtual queue boarding pass. Do they call it a boarding pass if it's not a ride? I don't know. For World of Color. But I got the 10:15 show, so it's going to be a long day. Is there a show before 10:15?
There's usually a 9 o'clock.
Yeah, so that's probably what happened. I was there. I was refreshing the thing at noon, but I got 10:15. It's going to be another long day here, but I can't complain being at the happiest place on earth. Should we go inside?
Yes, you do that. I will run this video. If for whatever reason I'm not talking when you come back, vamp for me. Okay.
Cool.
Yep.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here age relives fond memories of the past, and here youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world. Thank you.
You there?
I know.
I think he went on Tony took a break, so we're gonna venture into the park here. The Disneyland Main Street Railroad Station is covered by a tarp right now. I think they're just doing a refresh, probably giving it a nice new paint job, but nothing major will change about that building, I am sure. Let's go through the tunnel here. I hear Tony coming back.
Yep, that's me. I'm back. What are you talking about coming back? I've not gone anywhere. I've not been drinking gallons of water. Nikki says, "Hi, Walt." Probably to the video
Yeah.
I said, and nice scrim. Yeah, it's still up.
No, you missed it.
Is now
The ghost of Walt Disney showed up while you were gone.
Oh, my apologies. Now that's something. We need to clip that. Somebody, if anybody from LP is watching, be sure to clip that. That would go viral, I think. That's a nice map. Did you take any?
I took one.
Okay.
Do you need more? You want one?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
Thank you, though. I always grab at least 3. I don't know why. Probably because in my head, I'll one day like, oh, this could be displayed or something. And
Yeah, and then it just sits in a box. I know
Yep.
the feeling.
I actually have a binder of decades worth of maps in sheet protectors. So my proudest one is Toontown's opening, but 93.
Nice.
I if anybody wants to look at it, I make them put on white gloves. They slide it out, hold it out, put it on a little light table.
Oh, look who's here.
Oh, new Mickey. I mean, Mickey's been around, but Mickey in his new holiday outfit.
Yes. I would step into the street and get a better shot, but this omnibus is about to
So
pass. I don't
Kyle,
want to get run over.
Kyle earlier said to him the outfits on Mickey and Minnie remind him of Buddy the Elf and Jovi from Elf.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I could see that.
I think they're gonna like hang out outside the Matterhorn.
Ah,
That's where I go with them.
sort of Norwegian kind of vibe. Is the Matterhorn in Norway? No,
Switzerland.
Switzerland. That's close.
Sonia, hi, laughing place. It's me, Sonia Priscillo. Good afternoon. Just got back home from doing my workouts at the YMCA gym. Proud of you. Things I should be doing. And then Justin says, "Oh, Toontown." I agree. Toontown was my Galaxy's Edge before they made it a lawn. So, and then still bitter. Nikki says that's her favorite tunnel to go through. I'm guessing the one under the train station.
Here's Pluto and his new holiday bib.
So when I neckerchief collar.
Yeah.
When I saw the pictures you sent, the first ones that loaded for me were just the 4 of his backsides, and I was like, "What are you doing, Mike?"
I wanted to get a good shot of
No,
whatever.
I got it eventually. But
Yeah,
I was just like, "Oh, okay."
What does it say? It says PMST. What is this supposed to be? You know?
I don't know. I'll have to look closer at the photos. The photos are on laughingplace.com if you want a closer look at these costumes. I don't think I processed that they were letters when I did the post, but I'll go back and look. Pluto's Main Street Happy Time? I don't know. Has Lincoln open yet? Probably not.
No, still not open.
I feel like Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln has been closed since before I was with you at Pixar Fest, and that was almost a year ago.
I think they're installing the Walt show, is my understanding.
Well, we know that now.
Yeah. Here's Minnie.
Sonia says she's... Oh, I'll take that down for a second while we look at Minnie.
Yeah.
I'd get pictures with them. Sonia says she's also excited for the film adaptation of Wicked the Musical. Hope to see it for her birthday coming up soon on December 24th. It's out
Oh,
way
yeah.
ahead of your birthday. That comes out November 22nd, so you have like a full month to see it before your birthday.
Speaking of Wicked,
Bloom says they've been redecorating their wall most of the day.
I got to go to Universal Studios Hollywood last week. Was that last week? I don't. It's all blending together. No, it was earlier this week, and they showed off all the Wicked related happenings at that park for us.
Nice. Now, without
we're-
completely doxing you, you live closer to Universal Studios Hollywood,
That is correct.
and you only went there
I
once, and
just
you live,
taking a look.
and now you're going to Disneyland 3 consecutive days.
Yeah. There's Goofy.
Doing the trademark ear pull. I don't know. I must have missed this. Justin. Justin says, "Fun fact: I think there's still a Critter Country pressed penny in their hat store. Do you mean the one we just walked by, the Mad Hatter on the right there?
Or maybe the Raised Berets might be what he's talking about.
That'd be funny."
Uh,
Bloom says they're excited to see Moana 2.
I don't know
makes
if you
fun of us.
noticed Tony going through the photos of the characters in that folder that I sent you. One of them is of I happened to catch a child pulling Pluto's tail.
I didn't catch that. Now I hope I didn't put that one in. I don't like to endorse that behavior.
No, and a cast member stepped in and was very kind to the child and said, "Please don't do that to Pluto." So, yes, we don't recommend pulling
Don't
anybody.
pull characters' tails, and don't
be
step in front of a
abusive to-
moving omnibus.
Yes.
Bloom literally going to see for a late birthday celebration for Moana 2.
Nice.
Are you excited about Moana 2?
I am. Yeah, I'm a fan of that movie, the first Moana.
As am
I've seen-
I just get
I've
nervous
seen
because
clips.
Moana 2 was going to be a Disney Plus original series
Yeah.
that they've made into a movie. It could go both ways. It's so good that they had to do it theatrical, or we just had to do it theatrical. So, I have a Hey Hey the Chicken obsession. He's my favorite Moana character. We all love Hey Hey. Have you seen the new Straw clip, or is that out yet? I think that's later this month, or it might be today. It might be today.
Is that here?
Yeah, it's at different locations throughout Disneyland Resort.
Okay, I'll look for that while I'm here for the next 10 plus hours. Not complaining again. Not complaining.
That's right, because it is only about 1 o'clock there. I'm in Florida, where it's 4:09, like the cleaner, and yeah. So I'm like, it's not that bad, Mike. Oh yeah, no, you got a while. I remember I got the second virtual queue show for World of Color the day they announced, or the day World of Color 1 premiered, and it was for the 100 Years of Magic. And I remember it out of myself, supposedly you and 2 other Laughing Place team members who were at the park at the time, I was the only one who was able to secure a virtual queue for the show, which made me laugh. Because for those who don't know, I'm very anti-virtual queue. So,
Yeah.
of all the people to get it, it was me. And I did it on the break run of the Matterhorn.
Ha.
Here in California, you have something that we don't have in Florida anymore, and that's the garland stretching between the buildings on Main Street, USA. So that's a nice sight to see.
Right, because we've talked about this before, but the parade floats are too tall in Magic Kingdom.
Yep.
I see the Mad Hatter hanging out over here.
I was like, you passed it already. You went in there for a second. But no, the actual Mad Hatter.
And Alice.
And Alice. Wow, okay.
Oh, they're going to play musical chair.
That seems
Or they
unsafe.
did play musical chairs.
Okay. Well, either way, that seems unsafe. I'm sure they know what they're doing, but those are heavy metal chairs, and it just seems unsafe. At a different point in my career, I was safety team representative for another major global recognized theme park, and this is something I would raise my eyebrow at if it were being done under my watch.
I couldn't hear you while I was in that very loud area. I'm
Okay.
gonna assume. Did you say anything that I needed to hear?
No,
Okay.
I was just saying that whole thing seemed very unsafe to me.
Okay.
And if I were on a safety team at a globally recognized theme park still, like I was at a different point in my career, I definitely would be raising an eyebrow and watching it.
Mm. They give the Mad Hatter free reign to break OSHA regulations.
I think those are very heavy chairs, and between the characters and the kids running around and stealing them, Nikki B loves the Mickey wreaths. Nikki B and Mickey wreaths.
Mm.
Nikki B and Mickey wreaths.
Now,
Okay.
if you were Lin-Manuel Miranda, you could really take that and run with it.
Yep. We'll mix it with the "Hey, what I missed" part about the musical chairs, and then we got something going on. That's a fun popcorn bucket.
Yeah, this is the new gingerbread house popcorn bucket.
Thank you.
Sure.
And what's the? Oh, okay. Those bloggers, I swear.
Have a good day.
That was fun.
I remember that
I like that
cartoon.
Nikki B also points out that this is her favorite popcorn stand. Also, I don't
like
think I
this
formally said hi, Nikki B. Welcome.
Hi,
I told
Nikki
you I
B.
would do that earlier on our earlier stream. My apologies that I just got to it.
Oh, and Uncle Scrooge is there too. It's a good one.
Let's go back to Toontown for a second. Now, in terms of topping, you don't have to walk back there. Are you familiar with the unbuilt concept that kind of leaked out in the last weeks? Actually, it was a couple months ago.
The
DuckTales ride?
I think we talked about it last time we streamed from here.
Did I say that the one thing that bothers me most about that whole idea is that there's no Uncle Scrooge?
Oh, right. Yes, you did. Yeah. It was just Donald and the nephews, weirdly. Yep. There is a new DuckTales comic book that, ironically, I don't know if it's ironic, but the first issue did not include Donald at all. But he was only on the DuckTales cartoon. He was only like recurring. He wasn't in every episode.
Now you've watched the new one front to back, right?
Yes.
What were your thoughts?
I liked it a lot.
Okay.
I think it's definitely funnier than the original. You know what I missed were I missed the like 5 episode story arcs where they would have like a. What's that?
I was like, I didn't realize there was more than one till just now. I haven't watched it. I need to. The main reason I need to is because a lot of the people who write the shows I cover and like now for Disney Channel worked on DuckTales. So
okay, yeah. So I just mean like the 80s version had like you would tune in Monday through Friday and it would be all one story, and they would do that like twice a season.
Okay.
But I feel like most of the new DuckTales were all like standalone episodes, and then like I think the finale had like a 3-parter. But
I was gonna say I've seen some of it, and some of it was a multi-episode arc, and I think it was Della Duck on the moon or something like that.
Yeah, well they had like season-long arcs. Yes.
Okay.
That is true.
Amy, Tony was just babbling nonsense. Amy, you've been around a while. This is nothing new to you. But welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Mike's on pinball watch. Mike, what's the status of that pinball machine?
Let's see. There are people gathered around in that spot.
Whenever we're here, Mike got really excited once when I was doing a live stream with him about the pinball machine having returned.
Yeah, it's not there. I think it was
in
really
Indiana Jones one.
just for the new movie coming
When
out
Dial of
last year.
Destiny
They
came
brought it
out.
back.
Yeah. But there's another Adventureland thing we've kind of been on the watch since last year.
I've been very pleased with this the last few days, Tony.
I
It's very
imagine.
consistent. It's been consistently working since I moved into Disneyland on Wednesday and have not left.
And no, we're not talking about the Indiana Jones adventure, which is notoriously breaking down. We're talking about what?
This water bucket pulley system made of bamboo that brings the water to the top of the Adventureland Treehouse.
And it is functioning again.
It's working. It's working, as Anakin Skywalker would say.
And now the residents. What's the family name? Do we know one? Is there one?
The tree name?
No, because it used to be the Swiss Family Treehouse, right? So there was the Robinsons or whatever. I don't think
so
it's
now
called.
it's just Adventureland Treehouse inspired by Swiss Family Robinson.
So is it still them or is it a different family?
I don't know if they've said. I mean, the word Robinson, the name Robinson does appear in the sign. So
okay. Justin says a mother and a father. Nikki is also very excited that it's working. Justin also adds that the pinball machine is just intermediate.
Yeah.
Is that like skill level or? And then Bloom comes back with some Christmas is my favorite holiday ever because the Nutcracker Ballet, which I'm going to be dancing in, but the snow is so beautiful. Bloom, you won my heart a little bit because that's one of my favorite parts in Fantasia is the Nutcracker Ballet. Tragically, I am a nerd, and that's really all I know the Nutcracker from. So my apologies, but it's the same thing.
I'm impressed that Bloom is going to be in the ballet.
It's intentionally vague. Oh, with the intermediate? Yeah. Got it. Or intentionally vague with the treehouse.
I think he means the family name of the
That's fair.
Treehouse.
It's so you could put yourself in the shoes of the family. Whoa! Yeah. Immersion.
It's whatever you want it to be.
It's 30 minutes.
The only limit is your imagination. Oh, Tony, I got to show you. I don't know if you were around yesterday when I was
not around, but I do follow you on Instagram. But go ahead and show me.
Enthusiastically posting about this.
Yep.
So I hadn't seen it in the store, and I saw somebody wearing it, and I flipped out, and I was like, "Where did you get that?" And he's like, "I got it here," and I said, "Recently?" And he was like, "Yeah, I got it today." So I had to scramble over to the Pieces of 8 gift shop.
California.
Mike, you always strike me as introverted until provoked, and then you become an extrovert. And I feel like this did the provoking.
Yes. I'll fight my way through the crowd here.
Throw some elbows.
Yeah, but I've never wanted a Spirit jersey before, and this one just jumped out at me. I don't see, this guy's in the attraction sitting atop the pile of treasure.
Yep.
But I don't see him represented that often on merchandise.
Exclusive to California also, or maybe other ones over, but definitely not in Florida. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
He's not in Florida.
Okay.
But go on.
Yeah.
It jumped out at you. So
I bought it, and I love it. I wore it last night. It fits really well.
But did you christen it and ride Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes.
Okay.
I immediately went on Pirates of the Caribbean or Caribbean, however you want to say it.
I say Caribbean. Unless I'm talking about anything else, then I say Caribbean.
Fair enough. There's some other good new Pirates apparel.
But I'm noticing this too, and Nikki B is pointing it out. Is it cold there? What is going on with all these sweaters?
It was chilly this morning. Now that the sun's come out, it's warming up a bit. But I'm wearing a sweater right now as well. It's not the Pirates Spirit jersey.
A one Mr. Zach Brooks says, "Uh-oh, that's a nice Spirit jersey."
I know. I have seen so many Spirit jerseys over the years, and I'm always like, it doesn't do it for me. And this one, I was like, I gotta get this one.
The only other time I can think of seeing that skeleton on the gold is there was a Funko Pop figure
Okay,
that was made of that. But that's the
cool.
only other time I can think of any kind of merchandise with it. Outside of a park brochure. But that's not
So
really
this,
merchandise.
I was thinking last night, Tony. This is a conversation I had with myself in my own brain while I was on Pirates of the Caribbean last night. And I thought if I could only go on one Disney parks attraction for the rest of my life, this would be the one. What
Okay.
would be yours?
Disney parks or
Yeah.
Disneyland? Like
No, any
Disneyland
Disney
Resort.
parks. Disney parks.
That's a tough call. Gosh. But it's not like I'm trapped and doomed to ride it again and again and again consecutively.
No, you can go
It's
on
just the
whenever
only
you
one I
like.
can ever go.
Yeah.
I would either say Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin or the Indiana Jones Adventure. Maybe
you and Justin should be friends.
maybe Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. But
Okay,
all of
that's a
those
good one,
have a
too.
different element to it where it'll be different each time too.
Hmm.
So Roger Rabbit came first, probably because we were talking about it, but yeah. Picking one of those three, I'd probably go Tower of Terror because it's
Okay.
more accessible. But the other problem with Tower though is none of my friends like it because my wife is petrified of an elevator breaking and free falling, so she'll
So
never go on that ride.
yeah, bad ride for her.
Yeah.
Here we are in New Orleans Square. This just recently, a couple days ago. Oh, Tiana's there. I just noticed that.
Speaking of Tiana, I had a question. It's more for you.
Yeah.
I saw that you guys used the Down in New Orleans audio from Tiana's in the rider cam footage. Would love to take a listen to the audio we used. Is this only on the rider cam footage, or is it? What did they? Because you did the rider cam, right?
I was in the footage, sitting behind our new hire, Eric.
Okay.
New
No, Eric's been with
part-time.
us for a while. That's. I'm just saying that.
I
But yeah,
told Eric
our new guy.
he can take point on not Splash, on Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and be front and center in the shot, but also hopefully get more wet than I was going to get. But
But do
I
you know
have
what
not
music they
watched
used?
it.
I haven't watched it either.
I have
Okay.
not watched it. I don't know what the music sounds like in the video, but it's a good question.
Disneyland musician, I'm sorry we don't have an answer. We are a team of about 18 people.
Is it that many now?
No, I think it's like 15.
Okay.
Yeah. Is Eric with you today?
No, he's not. He was here for
Okay.
the media event Wednesday
Okay.
and Thursday.
Because it's only you and Maxon and him now in California, right? Or Southern California.
Correct.
Okay.
For a very long time, it was just me.
Yes. As long as I've been here, it was mostly just you until like the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Luke was out there briefly, and then he's in Florida now. I'm in Florida. Jeremiah's in Florida. A number of our team was up in Northern California. There's 4 of them up there. 2 of them are in Missouri, covering all the Disney happenings in Missouri.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting people. Oh, Marshall's in Florida. So that's 4. Mac is still part-time with us. He's also in Florida. But yeah. We're everywhere. Thrill as we go live through our company's Rolodex on air. Sorry. Anyway, you were saying about this.
We showed this on the stream on Wednesday, but there used to be a fountain right here, and you can see the wall of the
Nice.
new
Yeah.
Haunted Mansion queue. Tiana's meeting here in front of that.
Justin says, "Does Gideon count as a co-host of Disney Trivia Live?" I didn't mention him as the payroll because we don't want to like do some sort of
Child
kid
labor law.
country, kid island. What was that show called on CBS?
I don't know what you're talking.
Do you know what I'm talking about? It was a
Lord of the
reality
Flies?
show. Yeah, it was a reality show that was about kids, like in an old western town, and it became very Lord of the Flies. But it ended up being a big controversy because it started like, well, they're unsupervised. Does this account for like child labor laws? All kinds of stuff like that. So,
You sure this wasn't a dream you had, Tony?
no, I promise. And it was even on a Vice, like Dark Side of Reality TV show episode. Oh, what was it called? Kid Nation. Kid Nation is what
Okay.
it was called. Look it up. We'll talk about it later.
Yep.
Disneyland. There's source audio from the ride used in the first 10 seconds of the video. Is it down in New
I'm
Orleans
going to-
or is it the secret? What's it? Special Spice?
Special Spice. I'm going to wager that whoever edited the video for Disney put that on there. So
I
probably
agree.
we don't have access to that. Because the way it works with the rider cam, they told us this before we got on the ride for that part of the event. They cut it together for us and sent it to us. So it's not like we didn't edit it. It wasn't our choice to. We were told, certain parts of the ride are going to be cut out because they're not interesting to look at from that perspective or whatever.
Yeah.
And like I said, I haven't even watched it yet. So that's all Disney except for our faces, basically.
I've not done a Disney rider cam. I've done other rider cams, and that's the same thing. Like you'll get the PO, like the camera on me footage, but everything else is kind of stock.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of mixed in. But I'd wager it's a track we don't have access to.
Yes.
Going back to your original question,
yeah.
If you answer Haunted Mansion, does that include original and holiday?
On the bridge.
Oh, I'll say yes. I'll say they will allow you access to whatever form of Haunted Mansion happens to be open when you come.
I was also going to ask, is it past or present also?
Oh.
Because I loved Alien Encounter and I would like to do it again, but it doesn't have a high repeatability
I don't think this grants
value.
you any kind of time travel abilities. You're
Okay.
just going to the park, but you are barred from entering any attractions except the one you chose.
Okay. Disneyland, I've said okay to this, not to you, Mike. I apologize. That's what I figured. The audio in the vid is unreleased, very rare, and it's down on New Orleans instrumental. I would also advise, if you're determined to find it, check the soundtracks, like on Spotify or whatever, and you might find like the karaoke version. I do quotes with my fingers because that's what they call them now. When instead of just saying, I guess instrumental is frowned upon, and they call it karaoke version. So
now they've released
or sing along version.
They've released Special Spice on Spotify.
They have released Special Spice on Spotify.
But have they put out any other music from directly from the attraction? Do you know?
Not that I've seen from Tiana's. No.
Okay. Yeah, it would be interesting to hear that. I understand what he's saying. That's kind of a different mix than he's used to.
I'm going to get on a soapbox for a second here.
Yeah.
Because one of the biggest critiques that people have with this attraction is that there's no Facilier and that there's no Friends from the Other Side song. But the excuse that was given was because this is quote unquote after the events of the film, which is true. The story of Tiana's Bayou Adventure is after the events of the film.
Yes.
But you've also used Down in New Orleans, you use Dig a Little Deeper, and you use Gonna Take You There, We're Gonna Take the song title's different than the actual like chorus.
Right.
But that song. So I'm just like, how? Why? Like I understand it's after the movie, but you could have put it in some way.
Can I ask what happens to Dr. Facilier? What happens to him at the end of the movie? I don't remember.
He gets pulled to the other side by his friends there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, there could be some kind of seance or something.
Uh-huh.
Is Mama Odie could summon him?
Well, I don't think Mama Odie would summon him, but yes,
Okay.
it could happen. Now, how's the progress on our Selena store coming?
I mean, it's looking pretty close to being ready to open. They still haven't put up a name of this store,
Can you
and
get
they
closer to
refuse.
the sign again?
Yeah,
And they refuse to tell us what it's going to be called?
yeah.
Is that
We
what you're
we don't
saying?
know the name of this store yet. I asked about that too, and they refused to tell me. So, but you know, they like to announce things in their own time. I understand that.
I can't look at that art anymore and not laugh at our special moment from last time.
I don't remember what you.
You zoomed in. You said, "Can you make out a name?" And I
Oh
said,
yeah,
"From this angle, I think it's going to be a Selena restaurant or a Selena store."
right.
Because it looked like the Selena movie poster.
Yes.
Disneyland musician coming back at us. The Q music has all been released on Spotify. Good to
Oh,
know. But that version was made specifically for the ride.
I like this commenter who seems to know an awful lot about theme park music, Disney parks music.
Well,
I'm
they are
enjoying that.
Disneyland musician after all.
Yeah. Now I can't look at my app because I'm using the phone to stream. But do you know if they're calling? Are you able to tell if Splash Mountain is currently
Yeah,
summoning?
let's have a look.
Oh, okay. I don't see any. I don't
Oh,
see any logs cycling
let me
with
load
or
the
without
proper
this.
one because I immediately went to Magic Kingdom. What I like, Universal's app asks me if I open the wrong one. Are you sure? Because your location tells us you're closer to Florida. California, Disney's apps do not give me that warning.
I'm going to guess it's not running because there's nothing. There's no logs coming down that drop.
It still says coming 2024 on the app, so that's fun.
What? Okay.
Haunted Mansion Holiday is temporarily closed.
Yeah, I did notice that as we passed by.
I should add, it doesn't say like the attraction page is not a thing. It just says on the map, like when you do the overhead view, it just
Yeah.
says coming 2024.
Can you go to virtual queues on your?
I'm loading it up right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Tiana's Bayou Adventure is boarding has been paused, so it
Yeah.
is probably down at the moment. But the next queue is scheduled to open at 4 p.m. The 12 o'clock p.m. boarding group has finished, but the next one is opening at 4 o'clock. Do you have a virtual queue for Tiana?
I do. I'm number
Okay.
42 today. Last I checked, so there was a good 2 hours this morning. I got here at 9, and I think it was like after 11 where the ride finally started welcoming guests again. And now it's down again. I know that they got up to group number 15 last time I checked. I don't know if they will. I'm curious if they will actually add more because, I mean, it hasn't been terribly reliable. I was hoping they would work the bugs out by opening day.
Yeah.
Nothing works.
Well, if sorry, I just heard somebody walk by and
Yes.
say it. The same issue was a one in Florida as well.
Yeah.
Disneyland says, "Have fun in the Disneyland musician. Have fun in the park. Take care."
Thanks
We
for
are.
watching.
Thanks for watching. You can feel free to join us whenever. Like, subscribe, ring that bell. We go live fairly consistently, especially the last 3 days, right, Mike?
Yes.
The app said something I don't believe, but I guess I kind of do believe it. Winnie the Pooh has a 35-minute wait.
That's what it says. It also doesn't look like it's open, though. There's a rope across the entrance.
Oh, interesting. Oh, so this is a bad moment for this section of the park.
Yeah, it does say
Because-
35 on the standby sign.
Canoes have a 10-minute wait. Shocked.
So
Mini Adventure
here's what I've
Winnie the Pooh,
learned.
35.
Here's how I can tell how long it's going to be before Tiana's Bayou Adventure is up and running again. I stand over here and I look to see. Wait, I got to get a better viewpoint here. Okay. So I look in here and I look to see if the lift hill conveyor belt is moving, and it's not
Yeah.
currently moving, which means they haven't even started like cycling the logs. And even once they start, once they reboot everything and start cycling the logs through, they have to wait for an entire
Yes.
revolution um, before they can let guests on. So it's going to be a bit here.
Insight into theme park operations with Mike Celestino.
Yeah, this is
But that
just
is no, that's all correct. Yeah, none of that's wrong.
accumulated
So,
knowledge from experience in recent days.
as a former ride operator,
Yeah,
that's the empty cycles is what drove me bananas if I was at a position called greeter.
yeah.
Because most of the attractions I worked, were visible from the outside.
Mhm.
So if you were down, and then you start cycling, people will see it and they'll start forming right up on you, and I can't let them in. We're not open right now. We're not open. I see you. I see them moving though, right? But we're not open right now. So it's just this consistently. And then one of the rides I worked was an attraction at Universal Orlando called Turn On Flyers,
Yeah,
and it's only for kids. So that was problem number one with that attraction. Adults can ride if they had a small child with them.
right.
It had probably the worst capacity in the industry. And if there was, 30 people in line, it was automatically a 45-minute wait. Like, it's
Wow.
just horrendously long waits. So people would see it moving, like after we came back to weather, or because a lot of times in Florida, especially Florida, the weather, the lightning would, if it strikes anywhere within 5-10 miles of the park, you're closing.
Yeah,
So we'll say we're closed for weather, but there could still be the sun out. So people wouldn't believe it, and then you see the empty car going by overhead. Well, you're running right now. No. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
you're good.
PTSD. Now, is there a limited time for Critter Club? What is this?
I thought it was interesting that there's a wait to get into Lewis's Critter Club gift
Are the
shop right now.
Fireflies that popular?
I haven't seen anyone wearing them. The other thing is, they gave us one of the Fireflies at the media event, and I
Okay.
went to that party
Disclosure.
on. What's that?
I said
They did
disclosure.
give
Go
me
on.
one. Disneyland gave me one, and I went to that party on Wednesday night. Big party, really impressive. We got photos and videos of the whole thing, and I wore my Firefly on my shoulder, thinking everybody's going to be wearing these, and I'm going to check out the interactive feature because the Fireflies are supposed to react to each other.
Mhm.
But literally, I could not find another person wearing one, despite the fact that everyone there had been given one.
Now, what I'm a little surprised by, I thought this wall was going to go away.
Yeah, me too. I asked about that too when we were hanging out here the other day, and I was told this is permanent.
Amy, isn't 42 the answer to all life's questions? Yes, the life, the
Yes.
universe, and everything.
Good. Yeah, nice Douglas Adams reference there.
JJ Smith Media, again, the wait will be gone after the opening, which is 100% true. And he elaborates, again, truth all across the board. Everything new has a line. The Treehouse had a line when it was new. Now look at it. I'll raise you one more from Florida. Epcot's Walt statue with where he's sitting on the bench. People waited literal hours for a photo with that statue when it came out last year. And I go by it now, and I've seen a PhotoPass person checking their phone because there's
now
not
people
a
are putting their
soul around
cigarettes out on him. There's no smoking. There's no smoking allowed in Disney Park. Sorry.
I sat with him and told him I was going to get all the animators to unionize, and then that statue got really mad. So. Sorry.
I'm a little loopy after a few days here. I
That's
don't know
that's
if I
fine.
can tell.
Uh, I yeah, we can. I could play the praise Walt for everything he's done card, but I also like to go to the other side too.
Yeah,
So
no, I hear you. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on your joke here.
no, you're good.
Not very.
Nikki B is laughing at our commentary. But yeah, no, I think it was so funny because they made it a big deal, and I was on the. I liked the concept art version where he's on the pedestal up in the planter box, like he's is in most every other. Well, I guess he's not at California Adventure, but a lot of the other Walt statues aren't accessible to like take pictures
Right,
with.
right.
So I liked that idea, and then it was like, no, we have to make him. People will want that, and that they did at first, and now they don't. So
So for opening day, they have decided to just let people in to look at the rides as they sit inoperable here in Bayou Country.
I'm you know me, my Jurassic Park brain just kicked in, and I was like, hey,
Yeah.
now you will have attractions in Bayou Country, right? Yes. Hello. Tiana will let people into her food place. Yes.
We've got 8 minutes to get there. Oh, so you got to run.
I frequently private message one of our website's founders whenever he's doing a stream, and I'm correcting him on Slack or something, and then it'll be just the still image of Jeff Goldblum as Ian Malcolm tapping on the screen in the Explorer, and John Hammond, Sir Richard Attenborough, with his hands on his cheeks, just implying that Doobie's I really hate that bad to me. So, and it's I feel like that's how it is. Going back to the Conan topic, Jordan Schlansky, that's my model for my relationship with Doobie. So.
And what an
Christopher Hart's also
entertaining
laughing at
model
our
it is.
comments. Right.
Where shall we go next, Tony?
Um.
Oh, you know what we got to show off is the holiday fun with Santa and friends.
Oh yes, let's do that. That's in the Fantasyland Theater, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go there.
I'm going to cut
Let's do
through
that.
the Big Thunder Trail
Okay.
and head over there.
Again, we are live. If you have comments, feel free to join us, tag us, talk to us, do all that stuff. As you notice, especially with it's me and Mike, we'll talk about the parks, but we'll go on our tangents of nonsense as well.
All these folks are waiting for the ride to come back up, by the way.
I'm sure.
Some of them, anyway.
It doesn't even so
Okay, I get what you're saying.
in if I remember right, in Florida, when a boarding group is paused, you could still see what number it was left on.
Oh,
It just
yeah,
says boarding
not so
pause, but
much here.
they had called like 32 or whatever. I saw in the Disneyland app, it doesn't show it at all. So
Yeah. Look at this nice sight of the sailing ship Columbia passing by.
are they going
I'll
to
look
shoot at
it.
everybody waiting, or is that further down the river?
That would be over there, just past the seating area for the Hungry Bear
Okay.
barbecue jamboree. And I love eating on the deck at the Hungry Bear and just kind of waiting for that to happen and watch everyone jump when the cannon goes off.
How many times? I know Hungry Bear used to be one of your favorite spots to eat.
Yeah.
How is it now that it's changed to the Hungry Bear barbecue jamboree?
I've only eaten at the new version once, and I was a little disappointed. But there's 2 other gluten-free items I haven't tried yet, so I'm gonna be back.
Is the pathway here open again?
Yes, yeah, we
Hooray, let's
showed
do
this
it.
on the stream on Wednesday. Yeah, the problem with
That wasn't me. That was
yeah.
Kyle.
I know.
Okay.
The problem with Hungry Bear Jamboree is that I have a new favorite item that's a gluten-free sandwich at Flo's V8 Cafe
Okay.
in Cars Land, and I love it so much that I don't want to eat anything else. And I should be more adventurous. Like last night, I was actually a little adventurous, and I tried the 3 gluten-free items in Festival of Holiday kiosks.
Mhm.
So maybe today I'll have something at the Hungry Bear if I can get food. What is it
This
called?
area is hopping. I don't think I've
Yeah,
ever seen so many people back here. Oh, is this a line? This is a line.
yeah. This is for the what's this one called here?
Uh, oh my gosh, Harbor Galley.
We're
Harbor
about to
Galley.
find out. Harbor
It's Harbor
Galley.
Galley. Yeah,
People getting their bread bowls. Do they have that here?
they gotta have something
Yeah.
like a souvenir or something.
Clam chowder or a lentil chili and a bread bowl. Oh, that guy just had a couple of them.
I guess it's also
Anyway,
lunchtime-ish there.
I am getting
Nikki,
hungry.
is that a line for cookies?
No, I don't think so. Maybe. Do they have cookies there?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm just kind of like keep an eye out for that straw clip because I kind of want to see it.
Keep an eye out for what?
That hey straw clip.
Oh, right. Do
There's
we know where
also
that is available?
vending carts throughout the Disneyland Resort. Let me double check
Okay.
it for a specific
Okay.
location. I was going to say something else too. Oh well.
Even Tom Sawyer Island is popular today.
They have these chocolate chip cookies that people go crazy for.
Oh, I didn't know that. But
When
my allergy would prevent me from eating those. So
when we
makes
did
sense.
Pixar Fest together, the food, now the booths weren't open when we did it, but we had that little sampler party thing. Was there anything that you ate there that you liked? I don't remember.
Mm. I remember having a couple of the drinks.
Well, okay.
I don't remember if I ate anything at that party or if I could eat anything. But they at the Tiana party the other night, I had plenty of stuff. There was plenty of gluten-free options.
Which is good.
A lot of great Creole style food.
I do like Tiana's Palace a lot. I
Yeah.
do like their food. Yeah, all I keep seeing is throughout the Disneyland Resort. So
Okay. So I'll keep my eye open for it.
I would guess anywhere where there's a drink with a straw.
How do you feel about people wearing headphones in the park? Like just strolling. I don't know. To me, it's like the audio is part of it. You're kind of missing out.
So I agree. But I can't say much because I do it sometimes if I go by myself, especially because
Okay.
I live close enough to where I'll go to the parks just to get my steps in because I have a very sedentary desk job at home, even though it's home
Yeah.
and remote. I'm sitting all day.
Right.
I'm talking to you sitting right now as you walk, and I'm just like, I kind of wish I were walking with him. But I'll go to the parks. If I'm by myself, I'll usually bring headphones. I would say half the time I have them in, not all the time because music
Okay.
is a part of it, but there are other times where I don't care, frankly.
Okay.
And then I'll just pop them in. I've also gone and I've played the park music in my headphones. So it's just kind of like a live experience, but without the crowd noise.
Oh,
So
isolated audio track.
basically, yeah, noise canceling without noise canceling.
There's some movies that have that, like some of the Star Wars movies I know you can watch on Disney Plus with the isolated score.
Yeah.
No audio except for the John Williams music, which is interesting.
Nikki B, as I put this up a second ago, man, I miss Disneyland. It's been 10 long years. Correct me if I'm wrong. Nikki, isn't Disneyland more accessible to you than Disney World? Let us know.
I don't know where Nikki B is
I thought she was in the Northwest, but
situated.
We love our members here at Laughing Place. We get to know them. If you want to become a member, be sure become a member. Laughingplace.com. Yeah, she's in Seattle. She says yes. They have 2 flights on Alaska Airlines daily to Orlando. I don't know how many they have to Orange County or Orange County. You're probably going to transfer. I don't know if there's direct Seattle to Orange County. There might be a connection somewhere. Or maybe there's direct. Orange County's close enough. I know I could never fly across the country from Orlando to Orange County without a connector flight.
Stand up straight, okay?
Tony, did I tell you that we're going to Colorado in January?
No, what's up? What's going on?
Oh well, you know about Casa Bonita.
Oh yeah, we have talked about that.
Okay.
Yes.
So we've been a couple times in the past before South Park guys bought it,
Yeah.
but now they've renovated it, and we wanted to see what it looks like now. But that's a big trip we got coming up. We're also going to go to.
Are you gonna watch the Cliff Divers and go to Black Bart's Cave?
Yeah. Oh, we're definitely doing all that in Casa Bonita, but we're also going to check out Meow Wolf Denver while we're there.
Oh, I didn't know they had a thing there.
Yeah. So we've only been to the Vegas one,
Yeah, Area
Omega
15.
Mart.
Yeah.
Yeah. But very excited for that.
I've not heard of this either. JJ Smith Media. Are you going to the Last Crusade bed and breakfast?
Oh, I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
Is that in Denver?
Is it in Denver, JJ Smith Media? Let's find out. Mike, I have to commend you on your will. I didn't even say anything this time.
Oh, that's fine.
To not go into Galaxy's Edge.
My thought is I'm going to be back here again on Sunday for Life
You still
Day.
also have 12 hours. But
Yeah.
Oh, you're coming back Sunday? I won't be here with you on Sunday. That's sad.
Okay. Sunday is Life Day. I'll be back, and I'll be spending most of the day in Galaxy's Edge, so I'm okay. I'm not going in right now.
So what's your Disneyland schedule? Thursday of next week to Monday morning of next week.
At least part of that time, we're going to be in a different state. So.
Oh no! Really?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll talk more later.
Yeah.
I hear the chain lift wrestling of Big Thunder Mountain behind us
Yes.
here.
Big Thunder is running.
I'd say it's more rolling, but
It's rolling right along.
JJ says it's in Antonio. It was the house filmed in the film's prologue.
Oh, it's where Indy lives in the beginning of Last Crusade. I forgot that was in Colorado.
Well, JJ Smith Media, he has added a stop on his itinerary.
Okay.
That's what it sounded like to me with that. Oh, that was an itinerary idea for me.
Yeah.
I will probably have to run that by my wife, as I do with most things these days.
Do you, outside of Universal Studios, do you make it a point to go to places where things are filmed? Like if you're going to be near them? Okay.
No, that's one of my favorite things. In fact, speaking of Last Crusade, I went to Venice, Italy, probably 12 years ago now, and I had to take an hour or two out of our day in Venice to go and find the old church that is the library in Last Crusade. I was
Nice.
so giddy to find it, giddy like a schoolboy.
I apologize for missing this one, Bloom. I am sorry, but Bloom is back to redecorating and is almost done. What are you redecorating? Let us know in those comments. When was the last time you rode the Matterhorn?
Maybe like a month ago.
Okay. I saw my friend's dad last night, and he's a chiropractor. He said, "What is wrong with you?" And I said, "I rode the Matterhorn." He goes, "Oh, that should have helped it." That was my first bit in my I'm workshopping material to be a stand-up comedian that specializes only in theme park jokes.
That'd be
If you
great.
don't go to theme parks, you'll not understand anything I'm saying.
I would be there for that show.
Nikki agrees. No more Matterhorn for me. It's true though. I did see my friend's dad, who was a chiropractor, last night. But I really wanted to be like, I went on this ride. You have no idea what I'm talking about, even though you're DVC members. Called the Matterhorn bobsleds, and it's from 1959, and it feels like it's from 1959. As we go through this popular pinch point, hopefully there's no parade going through that'll stop this. Speaking of parades,
Yeah.
Mr. Celestino, the 70th anniversary is coming up.
Yes.
Paint the Night has been teased to return next year.
Yes.
We spotted that Better Together is casting again. What's going to happen with a Disneyland parade? Or is Better Together coming to Disneyland? What do you think?
What's going to happen with which parade?
A Disneyland parade, because I haven't heard anything about Magic Happens coming back.
But you don't think Paint the Night's going to be in Disneyland?
No, I think Paint the Night will be Disneyland, but that's a nighttime parade. A
Oh, yeah.
daytime parade.
Okay. I don't know.
Although
Good
last
question.
time they did Paint the Night, though, it was at California Adventure.
Yeah. I did see the Paint the Night floats backstage. Can I say that?
Oh.
I guess I get. I'm not allowed to take photos back there, but I can
mean,
tell
all
people what I saw, right?
You could say it, and they already teased that it's coming back. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I think if it were Mum's the word, but at some point somebody else would have said something. So
Yeah.
that would not have been a secret for long. But go on, tell us what you saw.
Well, they took, Wednesday morning, we got a tour of the Lewis Critter Country gift shop before the opening of the park. And they took us in through backstage, and I saw some of the floats being corralled back there.
Which ones
That's
did you
it.
see?
Is there a Frozen float in that parade?
There is.
Yeah, I think it was that one. I did not see Mac the truck, because I would have remembered that.
I thought you meant Mac tonight. Sorry.
No.
No, yeah, Mac the truck, I think, would be very, very obvious.
Yeah. There's Aladdin.
A friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, said a comment once. Every time I see something like what's happening right now, I think about it. He goes, at Disneyland, the characters are really good if you're that one person they pick. Because you always see, like in videos and stuff, them playing with one kid, them walking with one woman down this pathway like that. Yeah, it's always like that. They're surely meet and greeting everybody else, but all this times you see them, it's definitely they're focused on one person.
I had kind of a similar experience this morning when I was waiting to take pictures of all the characters in their new holiday outfits. And there was a gentleman, an adult, dressed entirely in Donald Duck apparel.
Okay.
And very enthusiastically waiting for Donald to come out. And the thought that went through my head was like, is this something where the character is going to be afraid of? Is Donald going to be react in alarm? But the actual reaction that Donald had was very heartwarming, and
good.
He applauded him, and he put his arm around his shoulder, and he took the dude over to where Donald was going to do his meet and greet, and that guy got to be first in line. It was very nice little interaction. Anyway, we're here at Fantasyland Theater for holiday fun with Santa and friends. And when you were here for Pixar Fest, this was the Playtime something.
Pixar Pals Playtime Party.
Yeah.
As someone with a moderate stutter with P's, it was my favorite title. So is it the same kind of so Pixar Pals Playtime Party was really cool because it was
Yeah.
show meets character meet and greet meets interactive experience. Like it was all kinds of things in one thing.
Yes.
Is that what's going on back here now?
I would say it's the exact same idea transposed
Okay.
onto the holiday season because I can hear a
Okay.
little mini performance going on right now.
Well, let's have a look and then we'll wrap up from here.
Yeah.
It's been 90 minutes at Downtown Disney and Disneyland Park. Oh yeah, just the setup is still almost exactly the same.
Yeah. And I just love the way there's some like references to those old Disney shorts that I love, like the Goofy's How to Ski,
Mm-hmm.
and the one where Donald and the nephews have a snowball fight. They've got the fort over there.
I see chipmunks over there too.
Yeah. And Santa's
I see
here.
Santa walking away, or is he taking a seat? Oh, okay.
Let's see what these people are talking about.
Christmas! Merry Christmas to all! We even have strangers. Really nice hug dash.
Thanks, and you can open my hugs.
Very good. All right, then there was a knock at Bob Cratchit's door. Are you expecting anyone? I'll see who it is. He opened the door, and there was Stroll carrying a large sack. He dumped the sack onto the ground. My goodness, it was filled with gifts. Well, the Cratchit children were so excited they ran into the room and collected all the gifts, and then Scrooge said to Bob,
Fine. I'm giving you a raise, making you my partner, and you can use all the coal you want in the office.
oh my goodness, what about the sign? Could I get the name on the sign?
We'll talk about that.
Okay, well, this is already the best Christmas ever. Thank you.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas to us all, said Tiny Tim.
And thus Scrooge learned the true meaning of the holiday season and was forever changed for the better.
Thank you very much.
As a very different take on A Christmas Carol than the one I saw Deadpool deliver a couple hours ago.
I wonder if that's up on YouTube yet, but it will be soon if it's not already.
Next year.
Happy holidays, everyone!
Happy holidays.
Take something stupid, miss you, and make it into the
But I'm talking about this.
Here's Chippendale and different outfits than they wear in
Yeah,
Town Square.
that's fun. And then behind us with Santa, are there any other characters down here?
Not at the moment. I saw Chip this morning when I first opened up. Now it's both Chippendale.
That's one thing I've noticed in California. You don't always see Chip and Dale together. In
Right.
Florida, like you always see them together. But
I also thought it was interesting that they've built in the path of the queue on the
oh yeah, that was
ground
fun.
because this morning that the line was winding down this path to meet Santa, and the same thing for Chippendale over here.
I feel like nobody's waiting to meet Chip and Dale.
Yeah, it's just kind of tucked away in the corner.
Oh, there it
People-
is. Okay,
People
And
back
that's
there.
the end of the line. Then retracted.
But yeah,
All right,
very
friends.
similar to the Pixar Fest
Well,
offering.
thank you for joining us on our lovely stroll through Downtown Disney and Disneyland Park as they kick off the holidays. Later on, Mike's going to be here for how many hours now? 11, you said?
Well, the World of Color that I have a light.
Is it
lightning
10:15?
for, it's 10:15.
So
Yeah.
it's 2 o'clock now. So yeah, you got a while. Follow laughingplace.com and our Laughing Place socials at Laughing Place or Laughing_Place, excuse me, for all the latest updates. And we'll be sure to get that World of Color pre-show up later on to our Laughing Place YouTube, where the Deadpool story time took on a holiday twist this morning as well. Like, subscribe, get notified whenever we go live like this. from Disneyland in California. Let me set this all up. So long, everybody.
Bye.